Hi, my name is Spencer and I have a problem. I like to spend a lot of money. Over $100,000 last month. Uh-oh, am I about to go broke? Not exactly, because I do my best to invest every dollar I earn. I'm here at my good friend Lucky's lot and repair shop. He's got so many cars here because he flips a lot of cars each month. Some of these are actually mine. And so what I do is I send him money to buy some of these junkers that you see behind us, and he flips them for me. We make some profit together, and I'm walking up on the beauty right here, the Aston Martin. I get a call from Lucky the other day. He says, yo, I'm going to LA. I got an opportunity to buy an Aston Martin. Can you send 15 grand? So 15,000 of last month's expenses went to buying this. He was short. He needed a little bit of cash so that we could buy it and then repair it. So it's actually done right now and it looks perfect. So we're gonna be selling this once he gets the title in, and we'll make a nice little profit. This is technically the first exotic I've ever owned, and since I'm a partial owner, I guess I could fake flex, make it look like I bought it all cash when I really didn't. I'm just a part owner. But it'll be a nice profit. Unfortunately, I don't really have time to drive it because I'm going out of town before we sell it. But it looks nice and motivates me to one day want to own one of these things. Oh, it sounds good, man. I could get used to owning this. This is now a goal in the future, to own an exotic. And one thing y'all didn't know about me is I actually own a Rolls Royce. I haven't made a video about it yet, but here it is right behind me. Look at this beauty, a 1984 Silver Spur Rolls Royce. That actually, I guess that was technically my first exotic, and then I got an Aston as well. So 2 exotics in 1 month. I'm going crazy with my spending. In total, I bought something like 17 cars last month. 1 or 2 of these behind me is mine as well. I think this Honda Accord's mine, and then this Mercedes right here is mine as well. I think I spent, I don't know, 8,000 total on that one. But we're gonna make profit on all these cars. Even some of them are like only $500 of profit, but if you do enough volume, it adds up. In total, I spent $60,000 on cars. 15 went to the Aston, so that was a big chunk of it. However, 60,000 in total is a good number. I'd like to get to a point of spending 200,000 a month in cars because Lucky's starting to come across some exotics. I'd love to have about 100,000 a month gone to buckets and kind of the smaller end cars, and then another 100, 150 towards exotics only. I think that'd be really fun to own an exotic every single month. I could fake flex on Instagram so bad. I mean, technically I would own them, but it would be nice to have like a picture of a different exotic every month. I think it would make my Instagram pop a little bit. I'm interested in flipping a new exotic every month for a couple reasons. I mean, number one, it would be super dope to start owning many of them and getting a chance to at least drive them around for a week or so. But also, I don't think the margins are any better. I don't know, I'm not an expert in this field, but because you're doing more volume in terms of sales volume, even if the margins are still 10% per car or whatever the number is, you're just doing more, so therefore you'd make more. I'd love to get to the point of making $10,000 to $20,000 a month passive. I mean, that would be huge. That would be a nice number. I think we can get there. I'm at one of my rental properties, and this was one of my biggest expenses of the month. This patio cover and the 2 fans getting installed cost me about $9,500 this month, and unfortunately there's no direct return, right? I'm not increasing rent at all. But what this is a capital expenditure that will help the property long term. I think the property is nicer, it's worth a little bit more, but also the big thing is you help decrease the burden of the HVAC unit over time. So for me, it's a smart expense. In the afternoons, we get direct sun from up there. It's about 120 degrees in the summer. That's why I got this done right now, because I think it will decrease the load on the HVAC unit and having to cool this house and make sure my tenants are happy. I think they'll all enjoy this a lot, and that is why I got it installed. This is certainly not the nicest property. However, I'm not ashamed to own it because it helps save me a lot in taxes. Last year, I spent a lot of money on renovations and capital expenditures, which allowed me to do a cost segregation study. These numbers are not final. It has not been completed, so I can't give you exact numbers yet. However, I believe that I'll be able to save about $20,000 to $50,000 in tax burden from 2021. So that's a huge return just in tax savings. And then I also did solar. The size of my solar system is enough to give me about a $15,000 or $16,000 tax credit. So this property alone will help save me, I don't know, somewhere between $30,000 and $60,000 in taxes for the year. We're taking a quick break because I have some interesting investing trivia for you guys. What long-term investment has had an average price appreciation of $10,000 a day every day for the last 55 years? This Andy Warhol painting. Originally bought for $5,000 in 1967, it sold last month for a whopping $195 million. Why do I bring this up? Because it's not just this Warhol painting. Forbes reports that an art collection has the potential to rival the long-term returns of bonds. And with most markets down for the year, art is finally getting the attention it deserves. In fact, the NYT reports works that when stock markets take a nosedive, people look to invest in art. It's more tangible. The art market is bulletproof. Contemporary art has even shown stronger price appreciation than gold and the S&P when inflation is above 3%. So if you're sitting on some cash and don't want it eaten away by inflation, then you can reach out to the best platform for investing in art, Masterworks. They enable investors to invest in fractional shares of blue-chip contemporary art from legends like Picasso and Banksy. Since launching, the 3 paintings they've sold each returned a net annualized gain of 30% to investors. Pretty amazing, and it makes sense why they're already a startup unicorn like SpaceX and Uber and have over 450,000 members. Demand is high, but my partnership with Masterworks means my viewers can skip their waitlist. Thanks to Masterworks for sponsoring this video. Click the link in the description to skip the waitlist today. Let's get back to the video. Here at my other rental property, turning this into an Airbnb. Just had this beauty cleaned yesterday, so it looks super nice in here. I've had it furnished. I think this house is gonna make $250 to $300 a night, I hope. But the big expense for this month is this right here. I just had the flooring updated. I spent about $5,000 converting this from carpet to luxury vinyl plank. I think it turned out super nice. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Ready for Airbnb, ready for all the dummies that are gonna damage all this property. When it was carpet, I was concerned that it'd be a mess. But the property looks really nice. So it's 5 bed up here, 5 bed, 3.5 bath, bathroom, then master and second master over here. So this was a big expense, about $5,000 for the floor. I didn't spend this money last month, but I spent about $20,000 on all the furniture. So yeah, this house looks super nice. It's ready. In addition to the flooring, I also had, you guessed it, another patio cover and fans installed. This one wasn't as expensive. This was probably $6,000, $6,500 maybe, between the patio cover and the fans. I didn't spend this money last month, but I spent about $13,000 on the backyard. I really like how this turned out. I'll give you a different view. I know some of you probably live in areas with better backyards and landscaping, but for Vegas this is pretty nice. Here's a different view of the backyard. Patio cover, 2,900 square feet on the house. So it's pretty nice size, pretty nice back here. And you'll see right there, we got security. So another $3,000 I spent this month was on security. Obviously you need security whenever you're doing Airbnb. You need the entire house to be monitored. It's good for yourself, it's good for the neighbors, and obviously there's gonna be some problems with Airbnb, so you always wanna capture it on camera. A big reason why I'm putting this property on Airbnb is for the profit, of course. I think we'll generate $7,500 to $8,000 a month in gross income. But another reason is because I can outsource the management to someone else and take a property off my hands. This is something that's really important to me and something I'm focusing on for the rest of 2022 is outsourcing everything outside of making YouTube videos. I'm pretty well diversified with my income streams now, but what I'm focusing on in 2022 is a reduction in my diversification of time and energy. YouTube is going to be my path and my vehicle to wealth, and my focus needs to be only on YouTube videos. My goal with investing from here on out is to actually keep investing in experts at their line of work. So I have e-commerce stores, I have car flipping with Lucky, my real estate will hopefully be offset by managers. And so the goal is to have all of these income streams be passive where it requires no time or energy from me. I got really tired of managing tenants, and so one thing I'm focused on is getting out of the management business. That is gonna free up so much of my time and energy, which I'll be able to put into YouTube to make better videos and put out more videos, which will bring me so much more income. Insert here in my backyard joke right now. I'm about to give you some knowledge. I have 3 different e-commerce stores. This is e-commerce automation, which is ran by operators. We had about $25,000 last month in sales, made pretty good profit, I don't know, $2,000, $2,500 or so. Pretty successful month. And then a lot of you don't know, I'm actually in the middle of a lawsuit. So my lawyer received $20,000 last month because that was the month of May's bill. So far, I'm all in about $125,000 into that lawsuit. They suck, and you definitely understand why. You hear the cliche, lawyers are the ones who wins in lawsuits. I will have some details for you guys soon. I haven't made a video about it because I don't talk about it much, but hopefully I'll have a video for you guys in the next couple months. This was definitely a different video, but one I really enjoyed making because I enjoyed talking about the other side of the coin, which is how much do you actually spend. Social media right now is full of people talking about how much money they make, but rarely do they talk about how much money they spend, which is a really important part of the equation, because if you made $1 million, but you spent $950,000 to get there, yeah, okay, you made $1 million. That's impressive. That's a good clickbait title, but you really only made 50 grand. And so this video, I wanted to show you the other side. Like, okay, if I make 150,000 in a month, that sounds great. But if it costs me 125,000 to get there, it's not quite as impressive as the title makes it seem. I know a lot of you are starting on your journey to investing, and I wanted this video to kind of highlight that you have to spend money and you have to put stuff at risk in order to make money. Or at least that's all I know. If you guys have figured out a way for risk-free 100 grand a month income, please share it, because I'm going to buy whatever you're selling. For me, I have to risk a lot. You know, with real estate, you're always constantly spending money. Something breaks. Like, as I was filming this video, I had a garage door repair guy there fixing something with the garage door. I had to get the place cleaned. I had to get pictures taken for Airbnb. There's just nonstop expenses. And so this video is kind of highlighting that there's just always going to be money that you have to put out. You want to put in a patio cover, it's going to cost 5 or 6 grand. Then you got to put in the fans to make it nicer. And there's no direct return. And sometimes that's what investing is you have money, you think that over here you can put your money to use, you can put it into a property to make it nicer, or you can turn it into an Airbnb, or you can buy a car and sell it. And the hope is that you'll make money, but there's no guarantees. And hopefully that's one of the big takeaways from this video, is that I am spending a lot of money. The goal is hopefully to build this like really impressive investment portfolio through cars and e-commerce and real estate and all that. But in the moment, like in the moment right now, my margins are super tight. I'm spending a lot of money and not really making a lot. And thanks to my lawsuit, all of my real money is going away. All the cash I have is in my lawyer's pockets. We'll discuss that later. I want to mention my e-commerce stores really quick, because I think it's an important thing to understand. I've been promoting these e-commerce automation stores, which are definitely not for everyone. It's for a very select few of people who have capital to invest and it's just sitting in the bank and not doing anything. Last year in 2021, I needed some losses in an LLC. So I have e-commerce LLCs and I have all my other LLCs for car flipping, real estate, yada, yada, all underneath another LLC. And so all these LLCs, basically the way it works is when they incur losses, it can offset income from other LLCs. And so I wanted to invest in the e-commerce LLCs because I experienced a $42,000 loss in the startup. These are consulting fees. You're not buying a business because there's no assets. It's not worth anything, the e-commerce stores at first. And so I needed the losses. So the way I justified it is 42,000 in losses offset a lot of income elsewhere. And so that's why my tax burden is going to be really, really low for 2021, even though I earned quite a bit of money. And so that's a big reason why I bought them. That's why, like, for some people, it actually makes a lot of sense. 2021, I incurred the huge losses in e-commerce. 2022, now I'm making money, but it helped me taxes in 2021, and now I'm cash flowing in 2022, so it's a double positive. I'll make a video in the future on my LLC structure. I think it will be helpful for some of you who are just starting your investing journey. If you guys want to learn how to invest, make sure to check out Millennial Money. It is the best podcast for millennials. For investing
and money, yeah, and it's not a scam.
Make sure to check it out. I'm going to be a feature guest in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was certainly different than the others. If anything, I hope you were at least entertained for the 15 minutes. Thanks for watching.